for trading it all.
So welcome back. We're talking with Louisa Alton. She is a teacher to the estheticians out there, but she also would like very much to reach out to the public and teach you about anti-aging, about your skin. She had her own television show and has been on with me several times. This is so fun because this particular event that you're having August 15th at the Oasis Med Spa in the Banner Hospital in Mesa is for the public, which is really neat. You're really excited about that because you want to invite them to it. And we've got everybody getting entered in to win Rhonda Allison, which is the fabulous products that I now am using now because I love you've tried it on me. And I had one of these oxygenating vitamin C facials, and it was phenomenal. I really loved it, guys. And it's $100 value free to you. So we're going to let you keep on calling throughout the rest of the show for it. 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Why is oxygen so good for the skin?
Most skin types get depleted from oxygen by the buildup, the cellular buildup on the skin. And what happens is when you're working with a hydrogen peroxide emulsion, it has a vitamin A ester in it. It breaks down that dead skin layer, and and what's interesting is the coloration starts to look fresher, pinker, more glowing. And the number one thing women want with their skincare regimen is for the discoloration. They say that discoloration is an issue. And so when you do these hydrogen peroxide emulsions or oxygen therapies, no matter what they are, what happens is you're creating the skin almost like baby skin when you start to remove that dead layer. And what happens then is your own products can actually penetrate the skin and work. It's key that a lot of times we're putting product on dead skin. We're wasting $150 moisturizer because we're putting it over skin that can't penetrate.
So really these treatments are very important for us to be having.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Anything that works on exfoliation is going to actually reverse aging of the skin. And the more we exfoliate, some skin types, the better. So other skin types you exfoliate less, but one thing that we've done for thousands of years has been exfoliating. The Indians did it with herbs. The Aborigines did it with stones and rocks, pumices. And in the Middle Ages, my favorite era, they did it with wine.
Oh, wow.
Wine baths and milk baths and Cleopatra. So exfoliation has been done forever, and we still don't really understand it.
Well, I'll tell you something. It makes so much sense, but people don't. Why don't people take care of their skin? Why don't we?
Why don't we take care of anything? I mean, we take care of our cars more than we take care of our bodies, and I think that we put ourselves last. And what happens is until we have an illness. And what's key about this is that it's non-invasive therapies. I really am not a huge believer in going in under the knife and getting a surgery or cutting skin, only because we already have people with so many illnesses. And you can do these non-invasive procedures with technologies like microdermabrasion. Microneedling has come to the forefront right now, and it's blown up the aesthetics world. And microneedling is doing so phenomenally. Yes, you have to numb the skin, but the results are amazing without having to undergo a burn like laser. So you've got these therapies, but women don't really know about them unless they go to a plastic surgeon. They get some consulting.
Well, you can also go here. This is now open to the public. They were so excited about it. It's going to be August 15th. That's Monday, 6 to 8 p.m., and it is in Mesa at the Banner Hospital. It's the Oasis Med Spa right inside there. And the public is invited. That's why we're going to be talking about it right now. And everyone's getting entered in to win a Rhonda Allison oxygenating vitamin C facial. I've had one. It was fabulous. Thank you for it because I really enjoyed it. It's $100 value free to you guys out there. Our number here is 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And everyone gets to keep on calling throughout the rest of the show for it.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that women don't know is vitamin C daily is one of the only ways to actually prevent skin cancers, and vitamin A. So when you're doing it in a facial, it's almost power-packed. It's almost equivalent to you doing a week's worth of vitamin C. So sometimes when women say, well, why do I need a treatment? If you're a little lazy about your home care, treatments are going to power-pack those ingredients into the skin to actually act as bodyguards for the cells. So we think about free radical damage, and a lot of women don't really quite understand. What does that mean? It means that you create an antioxidant who's the bodyguard to the cell. So when the oxidation to the cell comes in, it's actually beating it up and knocking it out so that you can't damage the cells.
You mentioned lightening up the skin.
Yes.
You mentioned it about to me too, because I guess when you get older, I don't really notice it as much. Maybe I don't want to look at it.
Yeah,
maybe I just don't want to admit it. You know, when I'm looking there,
you don't. But the coloration changes.
It does. When you get older, it really does change
a lot, and that's from estrogen changes. Number one. But it's also from if you're not working out, if you're not walking, if you're not really physically healthy, you tend to the skin looks drab. So the more you do these treatments, the more they're creating, I just want to say again, oxygen to the skin. That's what all exfoliation does. It allows the oxygen in. One of the key things I want to mention about that is acne. Acne cannot live in an oxygen-rich environment, and many acne sufferers have low circulation. And so growth factors is another thing that you can do for acne sufferers.
I love that stuff.
Yes, growth factors stimulate skin to actually create more renewal to heal quicker so that when you get a breakout, it heals quicker. And growth factors are derived from plants Rhonda Allison does them. And they do very, very well on people who have acne or breakouts.
Well, I'll tell you something. I didn't really have that, but I had something else that was nuts on my skin that was just not healing. And the person that I went looking for, I didn't even go looking for it. It was an accident. Yeah. And then, of course, I went back and I wasn't there, and I was like so sad. And then we were talking, and you were talking about your product, and I went, I think I know what this is. And I was so excited to find you.
Yeah, we're not easy. Rhonda Allison line is not easy to find. You can find it at Banner Med Spa. But also SWENA, Southwest Institute of Natural Aesthetics, carries it. It's a school, and you can also get treatments there for very little money, and they're great with that.
And what's awesome about this particular line that you work with is it's so natural and it's so extensive. There's so many things that you really have to sit down and work with somebody with it. You can't just pick out something and say, well, I'm going to have a wash and a toner and whatever. It's not like that.
No, an esthetician will write up what you're supposed to do, AM and PM. It can be simple, and you can get great results, but when she works your skincare regimen, it changes. In other words, seasonally, our skin changes. And we forget that when we go state to state seasonally. And so she will work with you on these changes. I mean, you might go somewhere else and your skin breaks out. You're perfectly fine here.
But I also tell you that even just by doing this once with you, just that one time so far.
I feel like your skin looks better.
It just does. And I'm not, no, it is.
It's weird.
No, it's not because I've been using the product. But I mean, really, in all honesty, right afterwards, I so saw the difference. And this is this oxygenating vitamin C facial that everyone's getting entered in to win. It's $100 value. If it's not for you, give it to someone you know. What a wonderful thing to have. It's so
great for events when you're doing your family reunion.
Whatever it is, but
high school reunion.
Really, in all honesty, guys, if it's not for you, give it to someone who know how relaxing it was, how wonderful it made me feel, and even afterwards as well.
Yeah, and you brought up a good point before we brought this up. People that are undergoing chemotherapy, they tend to be getting burned from the inside out quite often, and the skin starts to look crepey, just like a sunburn. And these products, there are about 4 products that you can go home with that are great for people going through or having gone through chemotherapy. Their skin is different. It thins out much quicker. They get cut very easily. So essential fatty acid oils in a product is so key, linoleic and oleic. For those types of skin, it's very key also not to go somewhere and be massaged a lot or use steam. Using temperatures that are tepid water is better for them. So those cancer sufferers, the money from the med spa goes towards the music,
Tell them again about it, because we're going to be going to
important.
So again, it's going to be on August 15th at the Banner Hospital, but it's the Oasis Med Spa inside. And tell them about
what they're
doing.
And they get a treatment. That money is going to fund the massage therapy program for the pediatric oncology and the adult oncology. So it funds the massage therapy. And they go to the room and they do massage therapy on parents that their kids are terminally ill or going through chemotherapy. It also supports the adults in the oncology. So,
and what does it tell you if Banner Hospital is using that Rhonda Allison product? It's got to say a lot for it.
Good point. Thanks.
Absolutely. Yes. And again, of course, you can go to that the Oasis Med Spa in Banner Hospital, and it's a no tip, no tax kind of thing. They're probably relatively very inexpensive there as
they have
well.
A great price point.
Great price point. Again, also. also, we want you, everybody, for this particular time is going to be open to the public, which is really neat that they're doing that. It's August 15th from on Monday, 6 to 8 p.m., and you're going to get that oxygenating vitamin C facial. Now, we've got everybody getting entered in to win it. It's $100 value free to you, and I'm going to let you call throughout the rest of the show for it. 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. What are your final words for today?
I just think women need to understand that when you're putting a product on your skin, it's going into your body. You know, years ago we thought, oh, you put a product on, it doesn't go into the body, it doesn't penetrate it. It actually goes into the bloodstream. And what's key about these products is they're using actives that actually can penetrate and create changes in the skin. So as far as an anti-aging product goes, it's amazing. These cosmeceutical-based products are actually double the strength of some of your store-bought products that are peptides and collagen producing.
But they're natural. They're like all natural. Some of them are pumpkin, lemon, citrus, and they've got grapeseed. Well,
Cherry,
I mean, the other one, go ahead.
We use cherry, we use pineapple, and most of the enzymes are actually feeding the skin also when you get what's called an enzyme treatment. Many women don't even know they exist. And one enzyme treatment can bring life to your skin overnight.
Well, I'll tell you something. I really love it. This is it's so important for you guys. Oxygen for your skin.
Yes,
it's one of the best things.
A breath of fresh air for the oxygen.
There you go. And our number here, we're going to let you keep on calling throughout the rest of the show for it. It's a oxygenating vitamin C facial from Rhonda Allison Products, and it's right there at the Oasis Med Spa in Banner Hospital. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Keep on calling throughout the rest of the show.